I'm Dana Daniels, and welcome to Show and Tell. And my guest today is a very good friend of mine. He's a comedy magician. His name is Taylor Hughes, and we're going to see what he has to show and tell. Let's see if I can bring Taylor in. There he is. Hi, Taylor.
Hey, Dana. Thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure. Thanks for joining me on this little venture.
I love it. I was so excited when you said you were going to do this show. I couldn't wait to watch it, so I'm very excited to be on it.
Oh, thanks. Well, it's great. I can't wait to see what you have. I've been in where you are right now before. What do you call it? The shed?
I call this the World Shed Quarters.
World Shed Quarters.
Yeah, here I can show everyone a picture. This is we built a shed in my backyard, like a tough shed, and then we finished it like a room, and it's kind of my home office. It was my home office, and now it's my only workplace.
Oh, and it's tax deductible.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's my little home studio.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good. All right. And so, how you been during all this sequestered?
I've been doing okay. I taught myself how to. Well, I watched YouTube videos to learn how to make sourdough bread. So that's my new big adventure.
I can't wait to come over and have some.
I know. We'll make you some loaves. Katie bought so much flour, so I guess I'm cooking forever.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So something came out of it.
Right?
Yeah. Now you have a bunch of shows you've been doing. What's the name of your show?
So every Wednesday night, Nick, Paul, and I do a show called Live from the World Shed Quarters. And I'm here in the shed, and then he's in Burbank at his house, and we have different guests on. But that's just fun silliness. And then let's see, this Sunday I'm doing a show for Illusion Magic Lounge. It used to be Magicopolis. We're doing a show for Mother's Day.
Oh, is that what it's called now?
Yeah, called Illusion.
Okay. You're doing a show from there?
No. We're all going to be remote.
Oh.
So it's John Armstrong, Nick, Paul, and myself. And then we've kind of coordinated this show that we're doing through Zoom. It's going to be a fun thing to do with the moms. So yeah.
Okay, everyone tune in for that.
Thanks for the plug.
Sure. Okay, now you said I put the word out that you're doing show and tell, and I wanted people to show, maybe like an antique collector's item or anything. It doesn't have to be even an old item. It could have an interesting story to it, and so it's show and tell. It could be anything. It's like when we were little kids.
Yes.
It's show and tell day.
Wasn't that the best day of school? I couldn't wait.
It was great. You're a little frozen right now.
I was so excited when it was time to. Am I better? I was just saying how much I love show and tell day. That was like the best part of school.
Yeah, it was. I always looked forward to it when I was a kid.
So I've got a couple of things to show you, but there's a little story to set it up, if that's okay.
No, that's even better.
Okay, so you and I have a mutual love of old Hollywood and classic things, and even looking in your living room there, you've got lots of memorabilia. So I can't wait to see what you got. But this is like an old Hollywood story.
Right.
My wife Katie, her grandfather, and all of his brothers and sisters were child actors, and the way they became child actors is they lived in Echo Park. And when Max Sennett built the Keystone Studio, it was like one of the first movie studios in LA.
Man, look at you.
Yeah. so I put together.
Can't do that. Yeah. Not yet. I gotta learn. You gotta teach me how to do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll have a little.
Say something, and a picture of it shows up.
Siri's gotten really, and Alexa, they've gotten really advanced. You just say it, and it just pops up a picture.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So this is the Max Sennett Studios. This was in the area of LA we call Echo Park now.
Oh, okay.
And so they lived there, and they lived right next door to this empty lot where Max Sennett built the studio. And my wife's great-grandfather became a wire worker for movies like The Thief of Baghdad. Like, he made all the flying carpets fly, and
no way.
The rope they'd throw up, like the Hindu rope trick where it'd stand up in the air. He did all of that.
Yeah.
And by working on the set, the directors found out he had 9 kids. And so these were the kids, and every day they would line the kids up at the fence, and the directors would come over and be like, all right, we're shooting a scene. We need 2 boys and a girl. And they'd hand the kids over the fence, and they'd go work in the movies for the day.
Hand them over the fence.
They'd literally just hand them over the fence, and they go work in the movies for the day. and then they'd come back home.
Did they get paid?
Yeah, they did. They did. They became like a little business for the family. In fact, I have a promotion. Check out this promotional flyer. Coy, big banner. Coy Watson's Natural Kids will do and say what you want in a natural way. Clearly, this is before child labor laws.
That is great.
So Harry, who's 8 years old here, Harry Watson, that's my wife's grandfather, and this was one of his first headshots.
Wow. What year was that?
This would have been, man, this would have been, well, let me see. I have this here. This would have been probably like 1932, I think.
Oh, wow. Depression.
Because this right here is one of the first things I have to show you. This was his work permit for the city of LA. Let's see, it'll get
No way.
here in a second. This was his work permit, Harry Watson, for Central Casting, City of Los Angeles Schools. And this was from the year, he was born in 1921. This is from the year 1935. This one was issued.
No way.
Isn't that crazy?
That is great.
And we found this the other day. This is really cool. This is an advertisement from a newspaper that would go to all of the movie theaters for them to buy films. And you could see you could buy two reels of the film for $24.98, and then you could show it in your theater.
Is that him sitting with W.C. Fields?
That is him sitting with W.C. Fields. He played in 1933. He played W.C. Fields' son in the movie Barbershop, which is on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube and watch Barbershop.
So he must have got kicked around by W.C. Fields because he always was hitting the kids.
Totally. And he talked about how W.C. Fields, he was always impressed that W.C. Fields was like this amazing juggler. And he said on set, he was juggling like 9 balls.
Wow.
It's like no one at the time. I've never seen anyone do that, but he could juggle 9 balls. Isn't that crazy?
9.
Wow. In fact,
I didn't know that.
This is my, this is my other this is the one I freaked out about and was like, I got to show this to Dana.
Okay.
So we're going through stuff at my mother-in-law's house, and I find this old manila envelope inside this bit of cardboard, right? And I open it up, and it is his original script from Barbershop with W.C. Fields.
Really?
From 1933.
Wow.
So this is getting ready to get framed. We're going to hang it up here in the studio, but it's got his original notes, his handwritten notes from the lines he would do, and then he underlined his lines, and then there was W.C. Fields' lines. But isn't that crazy? That's the original script he worked off in that movie in almost like what?
Did he get it signed?
Geez, almost 90 years ago now it's been.
Wow. Is it signed by W.C. Fields?
It is not. He didn't get it signed by W.C. Fields.
Oh.
He did. It's funny. He did get a baseball signed by like the 1962 Dodgers, and he gave it to my mother-in-law, but he thought he'd be a real funny guy, and he signed his name on it as well. So now it's not worth as much.
You know what? I have a baseball that was signed by, I got 2 of them when I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, the entire team, and the San Francisco Giants, the entire team, which had like Willie Mays, Willie McCovey.
Oh, yeah.
And like an idiot, I put my name on the thing too.
But that's what you do when you're a kid. You don't know any better, right?
I mean, still have them, and I still look at it, and I go,
why? Why did I do that?
Yes.
So yeah, it's funny. Katie's grandpa went on to be a photographer and a filmmaker in the movies. He did a lot of photography, but when he was a kid, he was in all these movies. So I have a couple pictures. Like this is him with Fred Astaire in Damsel in Distress. He was in that.
No way.
So he's dancing with Fred Astaire in Damsel in Distress.
Wow.
This is him and all of his brothers in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. They played all the kids in that movie.
That's fantastic.
And then this one's pretty great. This is him riding Shirley Temple on the handlebars of his bicycle in Little Miss Broadway.
That's Shirley Temple.
That's Shirley Temple on the handlebars of his bicycle. Yeah, he was in the movie Little Miss Broadway with her.
Wow. Nice little career.
Isn't that fun? Yeah. In fact, if you go to 6674 Hollywood Boulevard, you can see the Watson family star. They got their own star a few years back, and Katie and I got to go when they got the star put in. Isn't that wild?
That is wild.
So
unbelievable.
That's pretty cool, man.
The whole family got a star.
The whole family, yeah. It's a family gig. I think between all of the kids, they've been in like over 100 movies when they were little. So
100, unbelievable.
pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my show and tell. Thank you,
That was
Dana.
great. Here we go. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, cheers. Which
I
way
know she had a red cup. Let's see.
Let's do one this way. You do yours that way, and I'll do mine this way. My
Okay.
camera's over here.
Cheers. We're living in a weird world.
We are living in a weird world.
What's that?
Do you always drink out of a big red cup? I like the big red
Yeah,
cup.
most of the time. This is a smaller one. I do have a larger one, but it's being cleaned right now.
Oh yeah. That's
find
like the
one that
kind you
wants
get
to
at the
go.
restaurant. Like if you go to a Mexican restaurant, they give you a glass of water.
Mhm.
I always love those big plastic cups.
Yeah. Are you drinking water?
This is iced tea today.
Oh, no, I already have my iced tea. This is water.
All right. Well, I'll have my water after this, and
Yeah.
the circle of the universe will be together.
Well, thanks so much for showing that stuff. That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
That was-
Now you guys show me something.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, Dana's going to get something. Here he comes.
Ow. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with the Marx Brothers.
Oh, yes.
Groucho, Chico,
I'm
and
Harpo. Yep. I'm
a
reading
friend of
Harpo's
mine,
book right now.
you know, a fellow magician, Tina Leonard,
Yeah.
who is a harpist also. And she has some very old harps. And she also, I don't know where she got these, but she obtained harp strings from Harpo Marx harp.
What?
And she knows what a huge Marx Brothers fan I am.
Yeah.
So I have,
Dude!
well, this is a harp string from
Oh.
a harp that belonged to Harpo Marx.
That is so cool.
Isn't it neat? I couldn't believe it. She came by and gave this to me, and I was just like, that is one of the coolest things that anyone's ever given.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
Did you like where did she acquire this?
And it doesn't sound the same, but it you know what? I have to ask her about that. I don't remember. It was somebody who I think after he passed away, and his estate and all that, someone got one of his harps.
Okay.
That he had, and I think then she took the strings off and then kind of just and then
that's so
and then I guess they gave some to Tina, because she's a harp player and she was probably friends with, I don't know the whole deal, how it happened, but so Tina had a couple of them and she knew what a big fan I was. And so this was a gift.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
I'm reading Harpo Speaks right now, his autobiography.
I haven't read that. Is it
so good?
That's what I hear.
It's so good, and he really, I started reading it because I feel like right now with everything going on, I feel like no one really knows what to expect as performers. Yeah. We don't really know where this is headed, what's going on.
No.
And I thought, right now, who would have some advice is the guys who like lived through the Depression and all of this terrible stuff and still pulled off a career. So I haven't found out what it is yet, but I feel like reading the Marx Brothers and different guys like that, I'm going to get some secret that's going to help.
It's very wise. Yeah, I imagine so. It's, my mom was an entertainer back in the days of the Depression and all that. I have some
singer, right?
Stuff. What's that?
Your mom was a singer, right?
She was a comedian, singer, dancer.
Wow.
And so was my aunt. My aunt was actually a burlesque stripper during that time.
Wow.
Yes, and you could look her up, her stage name, and you could find pictures of her.
Really?
Her stage name was Scarlett Kelly.
Now,
and she used to date Jackie Gleason.
What?
Yeah, and she was also very good friends with Red Buttons because he was the comic, and so was Jackie.
Yeah.
In those shows. Burlesque was, it wasn't like going to a strip club. A stripper was an act,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so years ago, in the 80s, I was hired as a juggler in a movie called Alice in Wonderland. It was a production of it, and it was filmed at MGM. and all these TV stars, movie stars played all the parts. And on my first day on the set, I saw the White Rabbit go by, and it was Red Buttons. So I walked up to him and I went, "Scarlett Kelly." That's all I said.
That's
And
all
he
you
went, "The stripper."
said. Wow.
So, and my aunt was still alive at that time. And
Yeah.
he goes, "Where is she?" And I said, "She's in Florida." "Well, God bless her. Tell her I said hello."
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun. So,
Oh, that's so fun.
uh,
Was it how old were you when you found out that your aunt was a burlesque dancer? Did you know as a kid?
no,
Okay.
in my 20s.
Okay.
And then they showed me the old newspaper clippings advertising her and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. And I'm sure in post, I'm going to make a picture of her appear over here, like
Yes.
you did live.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
We'll just do
So
it.
there's my aunt.
There she
Okay, now
is. Here,
I might be able to do that.
here, wave your hands as like you're gonna make her appear. Ready, go.
Now you got to tell me how to do that.
I should have done the harp sound when we were talking about Harpo.
Oh yes.
Oh, this is
Perfect.
so fun.
That
This
was
is
so
so fun.
All right.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for letting
Oh.
me crash the party.
Sure. Thank you. This was a lot of fun.
This is really fun.
And if you find something else you can share, please let me know. I plan to do a lot of these. I hope to.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for doing it. Thanks for giving us something to look forward to. Appreciate you, man.
My pleasure. Thank you, Taylor.
Thank you.
Everybody say goodbye to Taylor.